Hi. Hey, y'all.
Hey y'all.
Hey, and welcome back.
Welcome back.
We are What's in My Cup. I'm Miss Joy,
And I'm Satin.
and we wanted to welcome you in to our lives.
There you go. Come
Right?
on in. Have a seat.
Um,
Kick your feet up.
but what we are and what we aim to really do is to restore, renew, and reignite that woman inside of you, right?
Yes.
Um, what we hope to do in this platform is to empower, inspire the everyday woman that embarks on this journey we call life, right?
Yes.
And what we want to do is have or create a safe haven and a safe space, a free judgment zone where we can have dialogue about all the stuff that we put on our plate and in our cup, right?
There you go.
What's put on our plate and what spills over in our cup. And we need to get back to finding who we are, right? And so that's what we're. And disclaimer: we're no experts.
No.
We just do this thing,
There you go.
and we want to have a sounding board and a safe place for all of you all who feel like you need to restore yourselves.
Right. And have somebody listen to you and speak on your behalf. Sometimes you feel like nobody speaks for you. Or maybe you don't have anybody in your life that you can, bounce these things off of. So we're here, we're listening, and just come on in. Have a seat, kick your feet up, join us. Yeah. So let's get into it. Let's get into it. Okay. So, welcome to the hood. That's the name of this episode. Welcome to the hood.
So you'll
Now,
set up.
good gang. Welcome to the hood. Okay. So, if you joined our first episode, then you know we are focusing on a three-part series. The three-part series title is Identity Theft. I know it sounds kind of weird, but follow us. Stay with me. Stick with me. See where we're going here. The first episode was mini titled "Superwoman: The Woman, the Myth, and the Legend."
Yeah, she
Okay,
said that.
not myth. I know some of y'all feel like that sometimes, but not myth, but the myth and the legend
The Legion. Oh, the Legion.
and the
The
legend.
Legion.
It's some in my cup, y'all. Don't worry about it though.
The party at the Legion one time. Mm-hmm.
Well, I did too. It's a legion everywhere.
Yeah, it
Everybody
is.
got a legion. And that's a lot of
Everybody.
parties are at. Yeah, especially in those small cities,
Cities, yes. Fried fish
small
was
cities,
good.
small
My
towns.
auntie did good on that fried fish.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Had a good time.
Mm-hmm.
But anywho, coming on back to the subject at hand. So what we really want to talk about, like welcome to the hood, is basically why we want to make sure that the hoods that we live in, the hoods that are in our the hoods that we let me rewind. The hoods that we are a part of, whether that's motherhood, that's parenthood, that's sisterhood, that's companionhood. We want to focus on those hoods and, welcoming yourself to those hoods because sometimes we focus so much on being a part of those hoods that we can't find ourselves. And so the identity that we're looking for, or the identity that embodies sadness or that embodies joy, kind of get lost in the mix. So we want to focus on that and how we deal with those hoods and how we get into the end of the street where you live. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. So that's just a brief intro on you know what the subject is at hand on this episode. So come on in, y'all.
Yeah. So what could or what is holding you back from really living your true and being your true self?
Hmm.
Um, and like Satin said, all these different hoods and sets that we claim, like
Right.
that really can be think we can that become our lives.
There
Like
you
if
go.
you have a conversation with somebody and they're like, tell me a little bit about yourself. What you start with?
Well, I'm a mother. I'm a wife.
Mhm.
Um, I work at
Yeah,
this Fortune 500
yeah,
company.
mhm,
Those are my hoods.
yeah. And then it's like, wait a minute, but that's not who I am, right? That's like
Right.
a part of my life and a part of me.
What? Right.
But I was somebody before all that.
There
or
you
had
go.
aspirations before all that.
There you go.
Yeah. And so I think for me, right, the main, um, not the main, but like I'm married,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think when you have relationships, whether it's companion or your mate
Mm-hmm.
or your
Mm-hmm.
spouse,
Right.
um, you tend to take on things that they may like or they may be interested in,
Right.
and then you kind of stay on that trajectory of like, okay, let's find something in common, or you like this, so let's do that.
Right.
Um, your representative, right? You always hear about the representative when you dating somebody. Y'all don't let their representative stay around long. Don't do that. In fact,
Well, the representative is the person who they meet first. Introduce that real person sooner rather than later. Okay.
right, right. Don't let that representative hang around long,
There
because
you go.
then you're gonna be upset later on, like when they looking at you sideways. You
Yeah,
like, but this
because it's
always
you.
been me.
Yeah, but it's you that you kind of set yourself up for failure
Yeah.
when you do that. Only because when this person is saying, well, wait a minute, we've always done it like this. We've always, went bowling, or we always went to karaoke. When really you didn't like any of that stuff, but you did it because at this point you're trying to be a part of this hood, this companion hood.
Mm-hmm.
So you're claiming what they're wanting to do and what interests them instead of inviting them back into what makes you you. And then sometimes because you've lived in this hood, companion hood for so long, we tend to forget what makes us us, what builds, what makes me
Mm-hmm.
happy, what interests I like, the things that
Mm-hmm.
I want to do because I've been so, engulfed in what makes you happy.
Right.
So we kind
Or
of lose ourselves.
lose ourselves, or we feel like we can't, the skies aren't the limit because we always
Hmm.
have to think about somebody else
There you
or
go.
what this will do to us or our family. Perfect example, got a friend who had a long dream of being a journalist,
Hmm.
right? She went to school for something else, finished that, had her career in something else, and then all of
Hmm.
a sudden she went back to school for broadcasting. So in broadcasting, very competitive. She had to move. Now she's married.
Right.
She had to move cross state while her husband still lived in a different part of the state, and they had to
Hmm.
kind of commute like on the weekends. They did that for a while. Then they end up coming together. But like I say that to say, like that was her dream, and of course you need someone to support you as well. But she didn't stop her dream. She didn't stop
Right.
her goal. She didn't stop her dream. And there's sacrifice involved, right?
Lots of it.
Lots of it.
Yeah.
Um, but you really have to, I guess, it's learning the balance of being in a relationship, having some sort of um, being one, but also
Hmm.
still having you. Because, I mean, marriage is not just, it is a union, but you are two different people.
Right. I think one thing that we learned, and one thing my husband and I learned in marriage counseling was a lot of people get it kind of get it mixed up where they say,
Mm-hmm,
he completes me, he makes me whole,
mm-hmm,
and that's
mm-hmm,
not true. What you need to be and what you should strive to be before you get into this companionship is to
mm-hmm.
be a whole person by
Person.
yourself.
Yeah.
You need to be a whole, he needs to be a whole, and then the two of you create a bond, a union. Not he completes me, he's my half, he's my
Mm-hmm,
better half, he's your better
mm-hmm,
whole.
mm-hmm.
Amen, somebody.
People in the back. Yeah.
Better whole, not your better half.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, now look, turn to your neighbor and say, neighbor,
Neighbor,
I'm a whole.
I'm whole.
I'm a whole.
I'm
Okay,
whole. All right.
I'm whole. I'm whole. So that's something that you got to strive for. And I feel some kind of way. I think when I hear people say that, oh no, he completes me. He's my other half. He's not your other half, or he shouldn't be your other half. You should have
Nope.
already been a whole person when you met.
Mm-hmm.
And if you weren't a whole person when you met, then there's some work that needs to be
There's
done.
some work. There's some work.
But
Oh, there's some work. And a lot of
but
us,
but the three of these hoods can reside all on the same street.
girl,
I
they
mean,
do.
you don't have to necessarily just live in just this one space, this one bubble. You
Mm-hmm.
can be all of these things You know, you can participate in all these different hoods, or you can participate in all these different parts to make up who you are. But I cut you off. Go ahead.
No, you was on the mountaintop.
I go off. You know, I go off on a tangent now.
You was on
I do that on the mountaintop. I do.
you was on the
I do.
mountaintop.
I do that.
Break out the
I
fan.
do that.
Lord, is the air
I do.
conditioner on over
It,
there?
it is, but you
Oh.
know, I'm winded from time to time.
um, but I also think that, girl, you know, I always have something to say when I ain't on camera, but then when I get on camera, it just go away. What is that?
Very much so. Maybe it's stage fright. You think it's stage fright? Maybe we
Uh,
should focus on stage fright. Stage fright. And look, cause I'm pretty sure it ain't even that warm here, but I'm warm. I'm warm. Okay.
well,
Why? Why you hot, lady?
right, girl. Make sure your hair don't revert up there at the top.
It, let's not do that.
Let's not do that. And you know what?
Yeah,
I
let's not do
always
that.
wanted. I don't know. So let's talk about these children and this motherhood and
Okay. These chillin'.
these chillings.
We can talk about that. I I personally, and I know this probably sounds backwards to some women. I think growing up, not I think I know growing up, I knew that I would have a career. I wasn't necessarily like dead set on what that career may be, but I knew that I would have
Mm-hmm.
a career. But for me, it was important to be a mother. That was important to me. That was something I wanted to grow up to be. I wanted to be a mother. I knew I wanted to be a mother and a wife. Those are things that I really wanted to do. So the career wasn't like the first thing in my mind.
Mm-hmm.
It was wifehood, motherhood for me. What I did not anticipate was becoming the wife and the mom and my world being turned upside down. Because just like, enter into a marriage, you have these ideas of what marriage
Mm-hmm.
is going to
Yep.
be and what your
Yep.
marriage is going to be
Yep.
like.
Yep.
But
Yep.
once you get into it,
Yep.
you don't have like a realistic idea
Right.
of, what it takes to maintain that
Right.
marriage. So same
Right.
thing with motherhood for me
Mm-hmm.
anyway. My son, love him dearly. He's almost 10. But when he came along, I think my husband and I were just getting into that groove of, oh, this is fun. We're having a good time. It's just me, him, and the dog. We had a good time. But my son came along, it was more of a emotional tug for me. I didn't know how to be this super
Mm-hmm.
wife and be this
Mm-hmm.
super mom both at the same time. And I think in the midst of me pursuing being the best mom, I sucked at being a wife and I sucked at being a daughter and I sucked at being a
Mm-hmm.
friend because I'm trying
Mm-hmm.
to be a great mom. My emotions were tied up into it. It was just a lot to take on for me at one time, especially when he wasn't a planned. This wasn't a planned pregnancy. This is something that was a sweet surprise for us, but still a surprise nevertheless. It kind of and we don't always. I don't think we always know how to give. So you have these bowls and these buckets that you're trying to fill, but it's just one of me.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think we always know how to put enough of me in this bowl, enough of me in
Mm-hmm.
that cup, enough of me on this plate,
Right.
so that everybody's happy.
Right.
So I struggled a lot, lost a lot of me in the process because I'm trying to be super mom at this point. I'm
Mm-hmm.
trying to be the
Mm-hmm.
best mom I
You
can
don't
be
have
at this
time. You
point.
don't have
But
you,
I'm sucking at everything else. Okay? Suck at everything else. There was no dinner. There was no clean house. There was
Woof.
none of that.
Mm.
And if I'm being like really transparent, really
Yeah.
honest here, I'm still learning to bounce back from giving my all to just this one part of my life. And in the process, like I said, I think you lose you. Because now that somebody's brought it to my attention, like, hey, hello, you're
Mm-hmm.
sucking at being
Mm-hmm.
a daughter
Mm-hmm.
or you're sucking at being a wife. So in the process of trying to make everybody happy, I'm not making me happy.
Right. And then if you're not happy,
So
nobody else is happy.
right, right,
Can't be.
right, right, right.
It's a domino effect, and then you get resent.
It is a domino effect.
So I think all the things down all these different hoods. come together, because you try to, it's like tug of war. Like,
It
you
is.
know, got my mans and them over here. They good.
My men and them.
Yeah,
Hmm.
the kids, they seem happy. You know, they seem
Right.
happy.
Hmm.
Friends, okay, we just had a girls night a month ago. Mom, talk to you every
Right. Right.
day.
Right.
You know, work work is
So
good.
I put something into that cup. Hmm.
Right.
I put something into that cup.
And
All
then
right.
it's like, when do literally, when do we have time? When do we have time?
For you. You
When?
preaching to the choir.
When do we have time
I
to
seen a
even
meme that somebody put
figure this
up
out?
where it says one something is gonna lack, or two things gonna lack. Two things out of the three gonna be good. Either the house clean, the kids clean, or is it the house clean or me? So out of them three things, you want your house and your kids to be taken care of, so you're
Hmm.
gonna lack.
Hmm.
And it
Hmm.
shouldn't be like that.
Hmm.
It shouldn't be like that. We really have to get back to those things that have stolen our identity. Um, or just take a little time for yourself. It's okay to do that. It's okay to
And,
do that. What about like all the time that you're spending? So not just like companionhood and
hmm.
motherhood. What about
Hmm.
all the time that you're spending just being, you know, work, friendship, daughter, sister, like the time that we're putting into those hoods? Because there's a
So
lot of different things that tug us.
it is. I think whatever stage you are in life, some of that is,
Hmm.
I don't want to say least important, but you don't prioritize it. There you go.
Yeah.
I
There you go.
said it right.
It's yeah.
I'm
That's a
say it
word now.
again.
Okay.
Prioritize.
Okay now. For the
Pri
people in the back. Prioritize.
prioritize. So,
There you go.
and I think we live on that vein. It's like, oh, that's life. They understand. We'll catch up, you know,
Hmm.
every now and again. Or last time I talked to them was 2-3 months ago, and we pick up right
Hmm.
where we left off. So I think
Hmm.
managing those relationships for me
Right.
is
For you.
easier than the immediate.
Okay. So you're saying the things that are further off of the things that take the least amount of your time
Mhm.
are the things that you like, okay, I'm good with that. I took care of that.
Mhm.
I can scratch it off my list. I'm a list taker. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm a list taker. I make a lot of lists. I write a lot of things down. So you're saying that you're scratching the thing at the bottom of your list off first?
No, I might not have
Which say I might not get to those
I get to it eventually.
eventually. Gotcha.
I- I'm going to get to it. But
Mhm.
what the immediate need is, for the the man,
Mhm.
the hugs, the
Yeah.
babies,
Yeah.
my bread, my coins,
Yes.
my Skrilla, my scratch, my
Right.
dough,
Right.
where the
Right.
money reside.
What a money reside. What a money reside. Okay.
That
That.
that.
Okay.
You notice how I didn't say
Because we never
this
do.
this
Do you ever feel selfish putting yourself first on that list when
mm,
it comes to your hood?
mm, guilt. You know.
Yeah, I do know. I'm just wondering, like, do other people feel that way? I do know. I like, have you ever seen somebody that says, "Oh yeah, I'm taking some time for myself," or you see them when they post pictures where they got their feet in a bubble bath and they get their wine glass, and
Hmm.
everything seems to be great in their hood.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, you're thinking, "Good God, I still only have two nails left. Gel polish is chipped on all my toes. You know, toenail, the back of my heels cutting the
Scratching
sheets.
up the sheets.
You know,
To slicing Freddy Krueger over here.
right." So you thinking, okay, let me see if I can carve out 30 minutes to take care of me. But then in the back of your mind, if you're me, because I think like this, like,
Hmm.
shoot, I could take an hour to go get my nails done, but that same hour, I know that my kids need A, B, and C. So let me run to Walmart and say, let me get that stuff because that's what's important because I can wait. And how often do we put ourselves, second, last, or whatever when it comes to, getting those things, that priority list together and feeling shitty about it, Because I do. I do. I think even if I spend some money on myself, where I'm like, oh, I really want to do this for myself, but damn,
my kids,
I probably could
need
have
this.
not done. Even after I get the thing that I really wanted for myself, I'm like, I should take this back. I shouldn't have done this.
Or
And
you
there's
just
so
go
much guilt.
or you get, or you go like, okay, I got this for myself, but the kid, I'm gonna get that too, but
Double for the
yeah,
double for the husband. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that for me, I think I need more than just like a day or an hour.
Right.
Like I really need, and this may be where the guilt part come in at, because I really would like a week.
A week.
A week.
You deserve it now.
In the beginning, just a week. But I don't want to be away from them.
You can't. How are you going to? Tell me how that works.
I don't know. I'll be thinking about them. So it's I don't even know where to begin. Like I don't even know where to start. When you do get that me time, I'm tired. I would just like rather not do anything. But that time is you can't get time back.
It's vital.
It's very vital. And so I don't want to be left with those symptoms of feeling depleted, because this is what's going to happen if you don't find some sort of path, purpose, whatever you want to call it, for you.
Right.
Because you'll feel depleted, you'll feel unfulfilled, you feel stuck,
and regret, or even just like after, at the end of the day, when the kids have graduated and they don't need you as much and you're not running around with them, or when husband is taking care of himself on his own and he doesn't need you as much, then you're left alone with the things that you didn't do. So now, not just you're upset because you didn't pursue those things, but now you're kind of holding like a grudge, or you're mad.
You're resentful. Yeah.
You're very resentful.
Yeah.
About because you didn't accomplish the things that you wanted to do. You didn't scratch off the things that you wanted to scratch off your list. You didn't pursue those dreams. You didn't move forward with, whatever that was on your bucket list, or, on your vision board that you didn't take care of. It's really, I mean, we can say that, oh yeah, I've given this to my kids, I've given this to my husband, I've given this to my business, but you gave none of that to yourself, and now you're upset. The only person that you can be upset with at that point
is yourself. And I know
so
you
who are you mad with?
And I know I'm about to backtrack, but like when we talked about when you get married, this fantasy that you have.
Yes.
And then people say, oh, they complete me. That means I'm half of a person. What about, you get into these relationships and you don't know yourself. I think that might be another topic, but like, you don't know. We ain't gonna get into that tonight.
I think I kind of fall into that bucket too.
Yeah, and I think especially if you're younger.
Yes, that's why I was going with that.
Yeah, if you're younger and you haven't experienced some of the stuff, in another 5 or 10 years afterwards, and then you check. So yeah, that's another topic. I don't want to go off on a tangent because I can.
I mean, hey, let the Lord use you. Let the Lord use you, because now you stepping on my toes. Now when you said that, you really stepping on my toes, because I feel like I do fall into that bucket. I mean, you are stepping on toes. Amen, somebody. Okay,
amen, sipping the tea.
Okay. I mean, my husband, I was 18. He's 4 years older than me. So who I was when I'm 18, now that I'm
Mm-hmm.
in my late 30s, headed
Yeah.
towards 40, is not the same person. And you trying to figure out, wait a minute, at what point did I change and you didn't change with me?
Mm-hmm.
Or what
Mm-hmm.
point didn't you see that I was
Mm-hmm.
not this person that I
Mm-hmm.
am now?
Mm-hmm.
So that's another part of, that identity theft. Maybe your
Yeah.
identity has changed.
It
You know,
definitely,
maybe you identify with
definitely,
something completely different than what you identified with before. Maybe what
definitely.
your views and your beliefs were all these years ago are totally
Mm-hmm.
different from your views and your beliefs now. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that hits home for me. Maybe not like completely, like wholeheartedly, but that hits home for me a little, just a little.
I know we talked about feeling guilty about doing stuff for ourselves, whether that's going
Mm-hmm.
to get our nails done or
Mm-hmm.
spa or reading by yourself, a nap.
Oh, a
Um,
nap. Jesus.
yeah, I would love a nap. Do you know that they have, girl,
Nap pod.
there's a nap ministry that
Say
I
it ain't
follow,
so.
that I follow on Instagram.
What? Okay, what I need for you to do is when we wrap, I need for you to tag that below. I need to join the nap ministry now. I
It's
need
a
to
for
join the
real
nap.
thing. You now before COVID and everything, I think you could, I don't know, maybe come to this place and have a nap. I don't know, but it's a nap ministry, and I was like
Let me
all
tell
about
you,
that.
one
Like,
episode this year, we're definitely gonna need to take from the nap ministry. Like I am all about that. I didn't even hear all the details, and I'm all in already.
oh, child.
Sign
But
me
yeah,
up.
that was a sidebar. But just in case y'all was wondering, there is a nap ministry, and it's a for real thing, and that's probably a ministry I speak to my soul.
Right.
I
I
speak to
want
my
to join that because I want to be a
yeah.
part.
I can co-chair that
Gang,
thing.
look, gang. I want to be a part of that gang.
I can definitely co-chair in that ministry now.
Right.
Um,
It's so many things that some of my other friends have decided that we were going to like get together once a month. No matter what, we were going to get together once a month, whether it's for a couple of hours, 2 hours, whatever. I still feel some kind of way about that. I have to be like, okay, this is what I'm doing, y'all.
yeah.
Because reality is, whether we think, although we are everything to the husband, we're everything to the children, we're
Mm-hmm.
everything to mom, cousin, grandma, whoever. If you're not there doing those things, guess what? Life goes on, and
Mm-hmm.
they're gonna figure it out without you.
Mm-hmm. They'll be all right.
Is that true? They're gonna figure it out, right?
They don't have to.
They're gonna, yeah. So take that time. Find you again. Maybe you need to make two lefts in that same neighborhood to get to your house, to get to you. But
Turn on the internal
put yourself,
GPS.
put yourself in that GPS and find you again. Find your house.
Find you. And so, um, for people like myself, I throw myself in the category because we get so bit. We on that wheel like this hamster that's over there to my
Mm.
left. My daughter's hamster. He on the wheel right now. I don't know if y'all hear him.
What's the hamster name?
Swirl. So
Swirl. Mm-hmm.
swirl, cinnamon, Howard. He in there on the wheel, just and that's what we
Going.
do. We right. Um, we get on that wheel. We just keep going.
Don't we?
We don't know what to do
Just
when we get
keep
off.
what Dory say? Just keep swimming. Just keep swimming.
Um,
We just going through.
yeah. So some actionable steps to take to kind of get to the heart of who you are,
The essence. Mm-hmm.
essence of who you are, what you bring to this world, because that's what we're here for.
Right.
The service to this world. I mean, you know, um, I wanted to just listen things,
Okay.
to just help the folks, help the ladies,
Mm-hmm.
myself,
And me.
um,
Help me, Lord.
to kind of when you get downtime, when you got some time, you can say, all right, let me just the time capsule, guys.
Okay, let's hear about it.
So the time capsule. You
Mm-hmm.
take a trip down memory lane.
Okay.
Bust out that. I should have brought bust out that. Oh,
I feel some kind of way
senior
when I
book.
bust out. Well, I feel some kind of way because then I'm like, oh, who that? Who is that? She is not me no more. She was slim, baby.
How about who that?
Who that? Who,
Who this
who
woman?
this woman?
You like, I ain't in none of these pictures. I don't even know why I got these.
that,
I ain't even.
that can't be me.
But bust out the senior book, bust out the yearbook. I know that may be going far back,
Right.
but we are who we are from
Mm-hmm.
even back then. Like,
Right.
yes, I've evolved, we matured, but they're for the core of who I am. I'm still that little girl,
Mm-hmm.
right? So you could start there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you could go back if you digital, because I still got my, my flip through book. But if you want to
Right.
go back digitally, just going back through some of your old Facebook posts.
Because they pop up every morning.
It does, the memories they do. So take
Mm-hmm.
time to like just sit there if it's something of
Mm-hmm. That you want to
substance.
remember.
Yeah.
That you want to remember.
Right. You just sit there, go through those time periods, look at old greeting cards someone may have given you for birthday or Christmas, or something sentimental. Go through that. If you have them like me, I,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I kept. I gotta go for, but I look back at what people. We all need to pat on our back sometime, you know,
A little hoorah.
just
A little.
a little atta girl,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know, to remind us, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, just like, hey, you know what, you were such this, I can see this in you, this and that.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
just to start to get you jumping on, like, okay, that's your pep talk. Um, that's the time capsule.
Okay.
Just go and TBT it up,
Mm-hmm.
um,
There you go.
with it, um, or be intentional. I know you like to write, right?
Yes.
So,
By nature, I love to write. I just think that get you a notebook. Like designate that notebook just for just you. Whether you're writing down, how you felt that day, whether you're writing down, goals, aspirations for next week or next month. Like right now, um, before we know it, it'll be spring. I'm a spring baby. So it's Joy. Joy's like on that cuff. But every year, and I have the same goal every year, Lord, bless my heart,
bless your
of
heart,
trying
love
to
of heart.
drop some weight. So I mean, whatever that goal may be, write it down. Like get up, sit along with your thoughts. Maybe when the kids go to bed at night, or maybe early in the morning, get up if you need to, talk to have a conversation with God, meditate about your day. Spend that time in some deep prayer, some deep thought. Write down your aspirations. Write down those goals. Checklist. If you're like me, like if you're looking at, I have like 3 screens for work. I have sticky notes on them, just things that I need to remind myself about who I am or the goals that I'm trying to accomplish. Whatever that looks like, that's something that's what we talk about being intentional
Mhm.
about what you're trying to
Mhm.
achieve
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
pursue. So write it down, make it plain, get your list. Whenever you accomplish the one goal, whether no matter how small that goal is, maybe it's
Mhm.
small for somebody else, but it's something
Mhm.
that you need. Write it down, and when you get to that goal, check it off. And then
Mhm.
reward yourself because guess what? I put my mind to
Lord.
something. This is something I wanted to do, and I
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah.
Yay to me, hurrah to me.
Mhm.
Reward yourself. You deserve
Mhm.
it. You
And
deserve
and
it.
and no matter how big the dream is, just
Hmm.
write that dream and that goal, and then maybe do some baby steps to that goal. Um, if you operate that way,
Right.
that's just being a little bit intentional, a little bit purposeful, saying morning daily affirmations. If
Right.
do that,
I
then
do that.
do that.
I have my kids do that too.
That's good.
In the morning on the way to school. You was kind. You
You
was
were
important.
smart.
You was smart.
Mm-hmm.
No, no, I mean that's we laughed at the help when she was
We
when she
did,
was
but
saying that. But that's true. That's something that you need to do. That's something that you need to instill in your kids. Whether
yep.
you need to talk to yourself, hey, you are beautiful, you're smart, you can do this.
Mm-hmm. Confident.
You yes. Yes, that's I think for any woman, confidence is the most beautiful thing that you can wear. Between that and a smile,
Mm-hmm.
confidence. Have you ever seen like a voluptuous woman and you like, oh, she is really she wearing that dress.
Mm-hmm.
It's the confidence, baby. ain't got nothing to do with what y'all think. It got nothing to do with the world think, what
Mm-hmm.
society think, what magazine thinks. It's
Mm-hmm.
the confidence that is just oozing out of her.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the most beautiful things I think that a woman can wear, other than a smile. It's
Mm-hmm.
the confidence. You need
Mm-hmm.
that. And so not just you, your kids and whoever else, in your life, speak those things that are not as though they are. Okay?
And then
Y'all didn't know I was a pew baby.
a
Hmm.
who? A
A
who?
pew baby.
A
A pew
pew
baby.
baby. There you
Hmm.
go.
A pew baby. Okay? Real church baby.
Yes.
Yeah, you got to speak those things into existence. Also, in the same, and this is a totally different topic, but while we own it, let's visit it. Also, the same things you can speak into existence, you can always strike down to who what you're saying. So
Mm.
watch your mouth. That's a whole
Mm.
other topic though. Watch your
I,
mouth.
yeah.
Watch your mouth. Watch what you say.
Watch what you say.
Not just about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Just being negative. Like, oh, I can never do that. Or I would never do that. Or I can never
Mm-hmm.
obtain that. I can never
Mm-hmm.
achieve that. Watch what you say. Watch what you put on other people.
Mm-hmm.
Watch your mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Speak positive
Mm-hmm.
into yourself, not just yourself and the people that are around you, the people that you love.
And also with being intentional, you want to do something that kind of an activity,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like
Right.
working out, taking a couple of steps a day, whatever. Dance
Mm-hmm.
naked by yourself in the mirror. Uh,
That's it.
look at yourself. Look at yourself. Every inch of you. Look at every inch of you.
Mm-hmm.
Just sit in the mirror. Look at every inch of you. And gratitude.
Gratitude.
Gratitude is big. I
Mm-hmm.
think you need to also, if not daily, which we should be doing this anyway, but just
Mm-hmm.
being thankful for the day.
Yeah,
Um, there's always something in the day to be thankful for.
there is.
More
Just
than one thing.
opening your eyes. With the world, the time that we're living in, COVID being so, running rapid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not just that, just like I've been reading, just I feel like within like the last year, so many people that same age, same gender, same hood, just are
Not on your
are
block.
are here today and they're not tomorrow. You never know. You never know. So just opening your eyes at this point is a gift. Being able
Really,
to
amen.
still be, gainfully employed, whether we're
Mm-hmm.
working from home
Yeah.
or not, just being able to say that I'm still, I still have income coming in. My children aren't lacking. My house isn't lacking because there's no lack here. And I say that every morning. I say that every morning, whether I still got $10 or $200. There's no
Mm-hmm.
lack here. There's no lack at my house. There's no lack
Mm-hmm.
here.
Mm-hmm.
So just being those simple things that we take for granted,
Mm-hmm.
breathing, drinking, living, opening that closet door and like I don't have nothing to wear, but you got
Lies.
20 sweaters and 30 shirts.
Lies. Just want a reason to go get something.
It's truly somebody that really is like I have nothing to wear. I do it all the time. Shop your closet, ladies. That's
Yeah.
important. Shop your closet. You got something in there.
And the last thing, I want to just kind of wrap it up with these actionable solutions, as we call them,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
is to limit. So whether that's limiting screen time, whether that's on
Okay.
the phone,
I need to work on that.
TV, computer, or just saying no, because your
Mm-hmm.
time is just,
Precious.
yeah. So just limit the BS. How about that? How about limiting stuff that just not limiting stuff that's not helping you grow?
Yeah. That's good. You don't know some of the negative things that we watch on
Mm-hmm.
TV or
Mm-hmm.
some of the negative things that we, surround ourselves in, how they really affect our psyche. Like
Yeah.
maybe that's not something that you think about or you think about doing, but in the back of your mind, you've let that into your psyche, your
Yep.
mind,
Yep.
your spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the things that we view or the people that we talk to that we really should that are always negative, that just carry just a negative spirit, a negative aura. that damages your spirit, that
Mm-hmm.
damages your aura, that damages
Mm-hmm.
what's going on in your mind, in your
Mm-hmm.
house, and your hood.
Mm-hmm.
If we tying it back into our title. So just be mindful, be intentional about who you spend your time with, be intentional about what you spend your time on, because and sometimes
We don't even know.
we don't even know we're giving so much of our time to this one thing. Notice how much you scrolling through Instagram, Facebook. If that's the first thing that you're doing when you're waking up, then we might have a problem. We may have a problem there. Even now, like I know my phone, I think it does it weekly where it tells you how much screen time
Screen
you
time.
spent.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you wouldn't even know, like, oh my God, I've been on that app that long. Oh my God. I've looked at that many things, you don't
Mm-hmm.
know because we're always like this.
Yep.
We're always like
Yep.
this.
Yep.
And that can be a problem. That can be sucking up, our time and
Yeah.
killing our spirit.
And being alone with your thoughts and yourself. I don't know when. I don't.
Date yourself.
I don't. Yeah. I don't. I don't know.
Mm.
Um. When the last time I was by myself? I. I
That's
mean,
few and far between at my house because
it
I
is.
could I could barely go to the potty, little girls room alone without somebody talking to me. Mommy, I need. Mommy, can I have? Mommy, can I ask you something? Mom, I just need to see you. Can I get five? How often are you saying, can I get 5 minutes? Can you give me 2 minutes? Like you constantly bargaining for your own
Mhm,
time.
mhm,
Can you give me
mhm,
2 minutes? Can you give me 1 minute? Just give me a
mhm,
minute. You
mhm.
know. So take your time. Take your time. Take your time. Take your time because those are things that you cannot get back. Time is something that you cannot, you can't replenish it. You can't get it back. So that time is valuable, and so you should treat it as such.
Treat it as such. Um, and if all minds in all, what we say?
If
What we
all
want?
minds and hearts are clear, amen.
Amen.
Amen, somebody.
Amen.
Y'all
Now,
know deep down in my heart, I really want to be a preacher. I'm just like, the Holy Spirit ain't called me to that. But I'm just saying, if all hearts and minds are clear, you know, please, y'all come back and
come
join
back.
the hood.
Come back. Um, again, what we want to do? We want y'all to help us grow our community, and
We
by
do.
doing that, you can
Yes.
like, subscribe, share, ring a ling
Yes.
a bell.
Yes. There you go.
Slip
Let
my
us know
tongue.
how we're doing. Send your feedback. Hey, we want to hear from you. This is how we grow our content. This is how we pick, what we want to talk about. Not just the things that are important to us, but maybe some things that are important to you that you want to get another woman's perspective on. So, hit us up.
Hit
We
us up.
we love to hear from you guys.
We thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.